What's up, guys? Luke here from Luke's Points and Miles. Today I have for you the requisite and shorter than normal what's in my wallet for Q2 2025. Why is it shorter? Well, your uncle and the family are headed to the old country very soon, and I'll be consolidating the wallet, simplifying for the journey, I guess you could say. Guys, I'm actually a big fan of these videos, even though I know some folks get tired of seeing them. I'm going to list these cards in the order they will be used, and I'll quickly explain their purpose. Hopefully this kind of video can show some of you how I use these travel cards, because I actually walk the walk. So if you're a fan of these videos, slap that like button, and if you want to continue to follow me on my credit card journey with points, miles, cashback, and travel, then subscribe. Let's get right into it. First things first, the theme of the video is credits. Ever wonder how folks use some of these travel credits? Well, I will show you, because I have a lot of cards that have a lot of credits. Maybe something for me to think about as I consolidate and simplify my lineup in the future. First card, guys, American Express Platinum card. Of course, guys, you can't travel the world in style without the Big Daddy Platinum card, can you? Well, you can. This card will not likely purchase anything, but you guys know your uncle is starting his journey with a strong cup of coffee in the Columbus, Ohio Escape Lounge. Pro tip, dads and moms, when you are leading the family expedition, it's highly recommended to have an airport lounge access. I'm saying this from a lot of experience. This particular journey isn't super complicated starting out, but there is a level of anxiety while traveling with the family and having connections. Having lounge access gives you some peace and quiet for the most part, so you're less likely to get off to a rough start. Card number 2 is the Chase Sapphire Reserve, which will actually be making its wallet debut and serving on its very first mission. It has a few different responsibilities on this trip, but first off, it will be used to pay for checked bags to Toronto, using part of that $300 travel credit. I didn't book this trip in the most simplistic way, so first off, we'll be flying to Toronto on Air Canada, and your Uncle Luke does not get free bags on Air Canada. Once we get to the airport, we can check in with KLM Flying Blue for our business class flights to Amsterdam. Those will include checked bags and lounge access, obviously. We should have access to the KLM lounge, which I've heard mixed reviews on. Nice long layover here before we get those sweet lie flat seats for the overnight trip across the pond. The CSR will get another chance to purchase travel incidentals later when we fly from Amsterdam to Malta after some Dutch adventures, and most importantly, when we finally head home, we have a longish layover at JFK, and that is the perfect time to check out those new fancy Sapphire lounges. So the CSR has some important jobs its first time out. Secondary duties will also include being the backup dining card and being the hotel card at the Park Hyatt in Zurich. Whoa, Hyatt, what? The CSR will cover any ride shares or transit. So yeah, the CSR will be getting used quite a bit. Card number 3 is the Capital One Saver One. The S1 will be my primary food and entertainment card. The biggest reason this card comes along is the fact that I really like to stop at little grocery stores when I'm in different countries. You know, snacks and sunscreen, stuff like that. And the S1 gets 3 times at supermarkets worldwide. And that's how this card actually won a spot in the rotation in the first place. The 3 times on entertainment will likely come into play at some point as well. And finally, this card being a MasterCard makes it perfect for any really weird situations someone doesn't want to accept a Visa. You never know. The Saver One really is that card that seems to constantly earn its spot in the wallet, and it's becoming one of my most used cards. So let's go back to the theme of this setup real quick, and that is these cards have credits. Any idea how I keep track of the earnings and credits on these cards? Well, actually a few weeks ago, I started using the app Max Rewards. The Max Rewards app has a ton of great tools, but for me, the one that comes in handy and brings great value is it can automatically load all your Amex and Chase offers. If you have sat there and loaded each one of those one by one, you know how time consuming that can be. And before I started using Max Rewards, I had pretty much given up on a lot of these offers. Funny thing is, I just paid my home insurance and I got a notification from Amex that I earned 5% cash back for using an offer. I didn't even know it. And remember, for Amex, normally you can only see 100 offers at a time. Max Rewards will allow you to load them all. Max Rewards is a great way to keep track of your minimum spend bonuses in case you're one of those folks that is working on multiple subs. You know who you are. Let's keep it real. We can't afford to miss any sign-up bonuses. And Max Rewards is also a great way to quickly check and see which card is the best value for a purchase. And that's because Max Rewards calculates points valuations, cashback offers, and reward bonuses to intelligently recommend the best card at nearby merchants so you never miss an opportunity to earn. It's just a great way to take out a lot of the guesswork. Trust me, I understand all the things we need to do to make sure we get maximum value from these higher tier cards. So I let the Max Rewards app help me with that. The app is filled with tons of features, and there is both a free version and a more premium gold version. The gold version helps members on average earn $800 a year. Use my link in the description below and you'll get a free month of Max Rewards Gold, and you'll get to see if Max Rewards is a fit for you. More credits. Card number 4 is the Capital One Venture X, and this card is obviously a great catch-all card, right? So anything that isn't a bonus category, or if we have no idea what it will code as, I'm going to be using the Venture X. But more importantly, I'm using the yearly $300 portal credit for this really cool boutique hotel right on the canal in Amsterdam. Portal bashing is constantly repeated by folks who have never used portals to begin with. But listen, I'm not saying portals are great. They definitely have some disadvantages, but let's keep it real for 1 second. If you're watching this channel, you're not likely going to be one of those helpless people sitting in a hotel lobby crying because your portal reservation somehow got mixed up. This isn't rocket surgery. Everything will be okay. I'm not going to pretend like I'm the biggest fan of portals, but I can almost convince myself that this Capital One portal requirement might have been a blessing if this cool boutique hotel works out. Easy money, $300 used with no problem, and for me it saved me a ton of cash because I was originally scheduled to stay at the Kimpton, which was really too expensive. The Capital One Venture X is also the primary rental car insurance card from Malta. I plan on doing quite a bit of exploring, so let's all cross our fingers and hope they have a car that I can fit in. Now, I've said a few times that I'm moving away from Hilton, but I really thought that 5 nights at the Hilton Malta was too good to pass up, even if it was a very modest points redemption. Big pool, big rooms, and let's see if that whole diamond status is great overseas theory holds true. I'm not going to hold my breath. Plus, that food and beverage credit will come in handy because by the time we get to Malta, your uncle might need some sunshine and a fruity drink while I hang out in my Euro swim Speedos. Just kidding about that last part, but I'd fit in. The double points Hilton promotion will be in effect as well. From Malta, we fly over to Zurich to stay at that fancy Hyatt, and a subscriber actually gifted me guest of honor status for the 2 nights we will be at this big league category 8 property. I'm actually really excited about this, and it's also sweet that my wife actually earned the points for this stay. So big shout out to the player 2. While in Zurich, we're going to see some cuckoo clock makers in Germany and then take a first class train across Switzerland to Geneva. While in Geneva, I'll be busting out the Chase IHG business card for a swanky stay at the Airport Holiday Inn Express. Yes, you heard me right. Your boy is going from the Park Hyatt to an Airport Holiday Inn, and there is no shame in my game. I actually love staying at the airport on the last night, and really the only thing I want to do in Geneva is see that stupid fountain and maybe get tossed out of a couple Rolex stores. From here, we're going to be flying back to New York on some lie flats on Swiss Air. Now, after using the CSR to access that JFK Sapphire Lounge, I'll use one last card, the Amex Business Platinum, for the airline credit to check our Delta bags. But that's an easy way to trigger the annoying credits on that card. Okay, so I'll be carrying more cards than I thought. I was hoping it would be more of a Capital One duo with a sprinkling of a CSR. Guys, that's it for me. I do plan to do a live at some point while in Europe. So if you have any questions about those destinations, you can ask me during that live. I can't really predict how the time difference is going to affect that. We'll see how it goes. Thanks again for today's sponsor, Max Rewards. And if you have stayed all the way to the end, I thank you and I appreciate every single one of you.